told. And today's topic is going to be on dealing with the phrase happy wife, happy life. Now, I don't know about most of you, but I hate that phrase. I truly do. Why? Because it shows a weak state of mind for a man to have. For a man to actually sit there and say, happy wife, happy life, what does that mean? Where does it even derive from? Why are we so eager to use it? We need to think about these things when we're dealing with our women, our families, and the example that we set as men. It should never be to the point where you're saying happy wife, happy life. Because in the essence, or in a nutshell, you're basically saying that as long as I keep my woman happy, my life should be good. That's not how the Most High set things up. As a matter of fact, if you don't know, the woman was created for the man. So if the man is happy, the whole house is happy. Think about these things. But, we're going to get into it. We're going to dive. We're going to chop it up. We're going to find out why this phrase even came into play. We're going to have to. So, that's what we're going to get into today. Like I said, on your brother Ananias, A.O.I, the awakening of Israel. We're going to chop it down. Truth be told. So, to start it off, we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 15. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. And it reads, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." So we got to understand that the things that we go through today as men, as Israelite men, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian men, we go through the things that we go through today as a cursed people. Why? Because we did not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. So all these curses have come upon us and shall overtake us. They have overtaken us. We can look around, see in our societies and our families how these curses affect us day in and day out. The Most High said that if we didn't listen to him, if we didn't hearken unto his voice, that all these curses would come upon us. So when you look around in today's society, what do you see? These curses that the Most High broke down in full effect, happening just the same way that he said they were going to happen. No man could ever fabricate these things or these curses to the T like that. No man could do that. But the Most High God, who the scriptures are written by, gives these curses in grave detail. And we're going to go to Psalms 82 and 5 right quick. Psalms 82 and 5. And it reads, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course." Exactly. We know not. We walk around in darkness. We follow what we see on TV. And the women carry on exactly how their mothers raised them and what they have been taught, according to these Cinderella stories and whatnot. But the world is out of order because we as Israelites are out of order. So for us being out of order, the whole world is out of order. And that our women don't respect us. That's why you come up with phrases like happy wife, happy life, because a woman does not respect you to the point that you need to be respected. Rather than working with you, the majority work against you. Yes, they work against you for the most part. The world is out of order. So in order to change things, you should know that you need to get in order. Things need to be put back into perspective. For you being out of order and listening and trying to worship and serve the woman, your life is in shambles. So in order to get perspective on that, we're going to go back to the beginning, back to Genesis, the first book in the Bible. And the word Genesis means beginning, so we got to go to the beginning. This is how you dissect and find the answer to your problem. Never just look at the fruit of the tree, but you look at the root, where it started, where it came from. So in order to figure out where this phrase comes from and why men are so eager to use it, you got to go to the beginning. Go to Genesis chapter 3, verse 17. Genesis chapter 3, verse 17. Genesis 3 and 17. And unto Adam he said, now this is the Most High God talking to Adam. Why? Because him and Eve had just messed up, basically. They broke God's commandment by eating off the tree. Doing things contrary to what the Most High God instructed them to do. So we're going to read this and get a breakdown of it. This is the book of Genesis chapter 3, verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree, of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also the thistle shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herbs of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground, for out of it wast thou taken. For dust thou art, and unto dust thou shalt return. So what is that saying right there? This is the Most High talking to Adam, and as a punishment, as a punishment for him breaking God's commandment, death came into the world. And he told you at the end, verse 19, that you're going to sweat from in the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread till thou return unto the ground. So for my disobedience, we have to die. But he also said in the very beginning of verse 17, unto Adam he said, because thou hearken unto the voice of thy wife. So Adam was listening to his wife rather than listening to his creator, listening to the Most High God of Israel. So because of that, he was punished. And this is a repeating offense that keeps happening throughout the Bible, all the way up until modern day society. We have phrases like happy wife, happy life. So here you go, in the very beginning, Adam hearkened unto his wife rather than hearkening to the Most High God. And what do you men do today? You hearken unto your wife, then hearken unto the Lord. In a nutshell, that's exactly what you do. If she's not happy, you'll go and do whatever she wants just to try to make her happy. And then once you do that, she's still not happy. And if she is, it's only for a moment. But you disregard everything that the Most High God says to do to try to please your wife. So what do? Come up with phrases, simplicity, as happy wife and happy life. But, that's just one of the punishments that the Most High gave us at the beginning. So from there, let's go to Jeremiah 31 and 22. Jeremiah 31 and 22. And it reads, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. What does that mean? Come to the point in life or on the earth where the woman has power over the man, even though the Lord is not with it. Where the woman would challenge the man. Think about these things. Now you have it in today's society where, especially in the Israelite community, where the woman is in leadership. She leads the man, and the man is, for lack of a better term, following behind her. Depending on the woman to take care of him. Rather than get off the couch, put down the joystick, he waiting on the woman to take care of him. All he doing is smoking, drinking, getting high and laying up in the bed with her. Trying to please her. Why? Because she is the one in control. She is the one with the house. How did they get to that point? Being disobedient. And through our disobedience and these curses playing out, the other nations took part in these things. And what I'm going to read to you is from the book of, from the Willie Lynch letter. And I'm going to read out of The Breaking Process of the African Woman. And it reads, we have reversed the relationship in her natural uncivilized state. She will have a strong dependency on the uncivilized male, nigger male. And she will have a limited protective tendency toward her independent male offspring and would raise male offspring to be dependent like her. Nature had provided for this type of balance. We reverse nature by burning and pulling a civilized nigger apart and bull whipping the other to the point of death, all in her presence. By her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed, the ordeal caused her to move from her psychological dependent state to a frozen independent state. In this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reverse roles. So, what did they say in there? That was key. They're saying by the male image being destroyed right in front of her, in her presence, now changed her way of thinking, her psychological dependency. They changed the way that she thinks or views the man, the Israelite man. Why? Because the slave master basically destroyed the image of him in front of her by doing what? Bull whipping him to the point of death, tying him to 2 horses and splitting the man in half, pouring wax and tar and feathers on the brother in front of his wife and family, and in front of the rest of the slaves on the plantation. Destroying the man or the male image, the Israelite image. How do we even get to that point, though? For being disobedient to the Most High God, where we didn't follow his law, statutes, and commandments. So, in doing so, the Most High stripped us of everything that we have, even creating something that he is against, which is a woman being able to surround or compass a man, have authority over the man. You know? So we need to change the way we think as men, come back to keeping God's commandments if we want to change the situation that we're in. Now, let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Just to show you one of the curses that is relevant to what we're talking about. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54, and it reads, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. You didn't know that was a curse? Yes, that's a curse. It was put on God's chosen people, being disobedient. So what is that stating right there? That's showing you the black on black crime, the single parent household, where you hate your brother, where you hate the wife of your bosom. Let's skip down to 56 and read and see what that says. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for her delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, towards her daughter. So you have hatred toward your husband and the wife, and toward the children. These curses were planned and executed out by the strategy given in this Willie Lynch letter to create division amongst our people at every level of labor. The age, the sex, the height, the age, anything that you can think of, basically. So you get to the point where it's hatred between the woman, and the Most High says, you know what? Since these men want to keep hearkening onto the women, I'm going to put the woman where she can be in power over the man. And then I'm going to use the other nation to put the woman up above the man. Since the man always want to listen to the wife, always want to listen to the woman rather than listen to me, I'm going to put the woman over him. Then see how he reacts. And that's exactly what we see today. Everything is out of order. What does the government do? They build up everything so that the woman can be in a situation of power, so they think. You know? And that woman will turn around and hearken until the other nations for help, to try to control you or to usurp authority over you. Think about these things. And all these things stem from us being disobedient as Israelite men. That's how these things even are able to come into play. You know? Let's go to Rock 38 and 24. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 38, verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise. What is that saying right there? A man that takes time out to read and build himself up during his leisure time shall become wise. Verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow and that glorieth in the gold, that driveth oxen and is occupied in their labor, and whose talk is of bullocks? What is that saying right there? The Most High is clearly stating, how can you be, or how can you become wise if you're always at work? If all you do is work, 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 how can you become wise? And you're not taking time out to invest in the Most High God, to read His Word, to build yourself up in the Spirit. How can you become wise? Think about these things. You're always at work. Let's see what the Bible says about this. When you're always at work. All these, I'm going to skip down to Sirach 38 and 31. All these trust to their hands, and every one is wise in his work. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. They shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit in high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment, cannot declare justice and judgment, and they shall not be found where parables are spoken. Why is that? Because you're always at work. You brothers is working 6-7 days a week just to pay bills. Meanwhile, you're never at home, meaning you're never making any decisions. So if you're never at home, nobody's trusting in your judgment. That's the opportunity for the woman to do what? Take your spot. Usurp authority above you. So that's where you get, that's one of the reasons why you hear the phrase, happy wife, happy life. The man is out working 6-7 days, 10 to 12 hours a day. You're never at home. And then when you do get home, you're ready to go to sleep. You have no say-so. You harking on what the wife said. You have no say-so. That's what it just said. I'll read it again for you. They shall not be sought for in public council. They're not going to come for your input. Nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat. They're not going to come to you for judgment, for your thoughts, for your input, or what they say today, for your 2 cents. Because you're never around. You don't know what's going on. So why would they even care about your opinion? You're never around. You're always at work. That's the reason why we suffer today. You're out trying to make all this money to do what? Quit. Think about these things. You have a family. Pour into your family. Build your family up. Raise your family up. Stop chasing the buck. Yes, we all have to have a job in order to eat. We weren't put here just to make money, though. You need to understand that. Life is more than just money, man. You got to change the mindset. You got to get out that weak, effeminate mindset of happy wife, happy life. That's a curse upon you. Think about that. So now let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. Happy wife, happy life. But check out what the Most High say. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. And it reads, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first born, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. You see, that's why the wife should not, it's not happy wife, happy life. Because the woman is easily tricked. Majority of the time she deals in emotion. And emotions can have you with thoughts all over the place. So, just for instance, Ben, if you ever live with a woman, you can see at any given time, whenever she gets mad at you, you make her mad, first thing she do is get mad and pack your bags and sit them at the door, ready to throw you out. And then you say some sweet thing and she's hugging up on you the next day. But being that the woman was first tricked in the beginning, in Genesis, and Adam hearkened unto her, he was punished for that. And it's still being being punished today for that. Think about this. So the Most High God said the woman is not even supposed to have authority over the man. Why? That's out of order. What did we read earlier in Psalms 82:5? The world is out of order. Think about that. Today's man is living under the roof of his wife or girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. You know, that's out of order. He's in a position where he's going to try to usurp that authority over you. Not fully giving you the respect that you deserve. Why? Because you're under her roof. That's out of order. But from there, let's go to 1 Timothy 6:10. And it reads, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Let me read that again. I'm going to read it slow for you. For the love of money, not money, the root of all evil. For the love of money is the root of all evil. So what is love? It's an action word. It's what you're willing to do to get the money. Happy wife, happy life. The woman is really ready and willing to make your life a living hell just to get what she wants. Think about these things. You need to be in your right mind at all times when dealing with the Israelite woman. Women, period. You got to be in your right mindset. You know, you can't give your strength over. Strength being your power, your authority. You can't give your strength over. That's in the scriptures as well. I'll get there for you. In Proverbs. Bear with me, bear with me. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. The Bible tells you not to give your strength to the woman. Don't give your authority, your position of what you're supposed to be doing to the woman. What do I mean by that? Moving into her household. That's supposed to be your job, your role. When you do that, you see the outcome. It's not going to be pretty. The outcome is not going to be what you want in life, nor what she wants. Even though she's willing to let you move in and help pay the bills, but ultimately, that's not what she wants, nor is that what she needs, nor is that what the man is supposed to be doing. That's out of order. You're going to get the reaction or the results from that because it's out of order. So you can't be living in a household. If anything, you come in to marry a woman or to be with a woman, you need to have your own, man. And you, first of all, you need to be walking in the ways of the Most High God at all times. So that you know when you marry this woman that you're supposed to love thy wife as you love yourself. So when it comes down to happy wife, happy life statement, that's a weak and feminine statement. That means that you surrender your power. You have given your strength over to the woman. When the Bible clearly states, don't give thy strength to the woman. Stay in order. You know? The enemy will use every tactic, every strategy, every plan available to keep you out of order. They'll tell you, woman, or even put the bug in your ear, go get the government assistance, get the government housing, get the welfare, get the EBT, get the SNAP. All these things come at a price. You thinking it's just filling out some paperwork. No, my friend. It's a lot bigger than that. It's a lot deeper than that. I mean, we all know, you know, you go to these housing assistance, for instance. In order for the woman to get that, the man cannot be in the picture. Think about this. You can get the house, you can be the boyfriend, whatever the case, the side piece, whatever. But your name can't be no one on the bill. It has to be nothing but the woman. In order for the enemy to continue to sustain her, to give her assistance, you cannot be anywhere in the picture. And the woman will not realize that. They'll hold on to it and run with it. Yeah, I can get me a couple extra $100 here and there. I can live in a decent little area. And one of the other requirements for that is for the woman not to strive to do better in life. They want you to stay in that same stagnant position with that same low mindset where you're not striving to achieve or better yourself in life. Rather than try to increase mentally, whether it be through education or your economic value, you try to latch on and become attached to the assistance given by the government. Rather than using the assistance as a stepping stone, you start to add it to your life as a permanent way of living. Rather than trying to use assistance in the house to help you to save some money, stack some money, go to college and graduate, get a degree. Nah, instead of it being a 1 to 2 to 3 year process, now you've been there 5 to 10 years or longer. Now you looking at it, you don't want to leave. Now it's too late. What have they done though? They've broken up your household, broken up your family, destroyed your family. All in the sake of what? Giving you authority. Kicking the man out of the picture. Your mindset is changed and destroyed. Happy wife, happy life though. You know? But what does the Lord say? Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 2 and 1. 1 Kings chapter 2 verse 1. And it reads, Now the days of David drew nigh, that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments, and his judgment, and his testimony, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. So this is King David talking to his son, Solomon, telling him, hey, look, man, if you want to show yourself to be a man, keep the charge of the Lord. Walk in his ways. Fear the Lord. Keep his commandments, most importantly. If you want to be a man, consider the man in these times, at any time, as an Israelite man, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. The first thing you need to consider and the first thing you need to turn to is the Most High God and start keeping his commandments. That's how you show yourself to be a man. That's how you keep things in order. That's where you don't have a phrase like happy wife, happy life. Because you are in control. You are the head. There's an order to everything. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and 4 and 5 will tell you that. It's God, Christ, man, woman. It's an order to everything. So when the order is out of order, you have chaos. You have individuals or society today saying woman is God. There is no Christ. Then you got the kids, then you got man. Everything is out of order. You got woman as God, you got Christ, then you got kids, then you got man. When you stand up to be real men, handle your business, pay the bill, direct your family, lead your family, walk in the ways of the Most High God and demand that throughout your household, things will change. And you'll see, what did it just say? Whithersoever, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest. So if you want to prosper in life, it ain't about the amount of money that you have, but it's about keeping them commandments. Wheresoever you turn, it should be prosperous. As soon as we figure that out, the faster things will change in your life, man. So get that happy wife, happy life mentality out of your mind. Change your mindset. You're doing what? You're coming back to who you are, a real man. What's a real man? A real man is a man that's going to keep God's law, statutes, and commandments. It ain't about the amount of money you make or about the amount of women you sleep with. It don't take no genius to do that. Anybody can sleep with a woman. Anybody can sleep with multiple women. Anybody can make some money, but it take a real man to walk these commandments, walk in the ways of the Most High God, stand on them boldly, to be that leader, to be that head. It takes a real man, it takes strength and discipline to do these things. So I hope you learned something on that. I'm gonna end it on that. I'm Brother Ananias. It's been another A.O.I edition of Truth Be Told.